Welcome to the Black Gay History Channel. Please share this video and subscribe to this channel for more captivating content. I've always been fascinated by Egyptian history, like many other historians throughout the world, and as a black gay man, all these years later, discovering that there have always been gay or queer themes in Egyptian history and lore makes my interest in this culture grow even more. I've covered same-sex romances between Egyptian gods and royalty on this channel, which you can find on the African playlist. And another addition to these stories is Hapi, the Egyptian god of fertility and the annual flooding of the Nile. Hapi is a male god who has a female consort but was considered to have feminine qualities, which contributed to his association with fertility. Hapi can be described as a man with obvious and protruding large breasts, a large belly, and a protruding erection. Even though the fertility god is called a man in the text, he is also noted to wear a large fake beard. As we know, wearing wigs and fake hair was a common practice in ancient Egypt. Many scholars believe that the god Hapi was an early depiction of an androgynous or even possibly an intersex man, which modern science has now identified with genetic variation that some people are born with. Intersex people are born with physical sex characteristics that are outside of the typical gender binary of what most doctors consider a typical man or typical woman. Some intersex people, because of chromosomal or physical characteristics, can have ambiguous genitalia or organs that are associated with both male and female genders. In one particularly enticing adult-themed movie I've personally watched, I enjoyed watching an intersex man with naturally growing breasts with a male bottom partner, so clearly they are same-gender loving intersex men, which is why I thought this Egyptian deity is so fascinating. Intersex people are just more proof from nature that our preconceived notions about gender are way too simple, but that's a topic for another time. The Nile River floods every year, bringing needed water and nutrients to the plant life of the Nile Delta, which waters the plant and animal life in the area that would feed the ancient Egyptian people for thousands of years. This flooding was called the arrival of Hapi by the Egyptian people, and the god's large breasts likely signify the nurturing, fertile nature of large breasts and mother's milk, being able to feed her children. Hapi was worshipped on the Egyptian island of Elephantine, where priests would perform rituals to ensure the annual flooding of Hapi at the Nile would bring good luck to the Egyptian people. His consort and wife was the goddess Meret, the goddess of rejoicing, dancing, and singing, which is on brand for an androgynous queen. After all, we do love a dancing and singing diva. Now, I know some of my watchers will take issue with me highlighting an androgynous god who isn't recorded to specifically have male lovers, but I also think gender-variant men can be represented under the gay or same-gender loving umbrella. There are intersex men who identify as gay, bi, pansexual, or queer, and their representation and stories matter as well. Even our ancestors in Egypt knew that.